Okay, so in my last Age of Mythology Retold video, I showcased a little bit of this particular build order, just to give you a little tease as to what was coming up in this particular video here. And this is the Hades Cyclops rush, and it's extremely powerful. I played about 3 or 4 games on the ranked with it during testing and won every single game. And every one of them has been a bit of a whitewash, if I'm quite honest. It's just, you know, I've not had any pressure in my base. I've just slowly steamrolled my way through. So without further ado, let's have a little look at the build order itself. Okay, so this one follows the exact same build order as the Hades Minotaur rush that I've got. So we do start off with 3 on food and 1 going over to gold. And then 1 of the new villagers goes over to gold. There we go, going into the wrong place. And then we're going to add 2 on wood. So we start off with 3 on food, then 2 on gold, and then 2 on wood as a starting point. So yeah, if you've watched the Minotaur Rush video and you've had a go at that build, the Archaic Age is exactly the same. So we get the Vaults of Erebus at about 3 minutes, so just before we sort of clicking up. We're going up with 18 population. We'll hit the Classical Age at about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. But yeah, certainly getting that Vaults of Erebus at 3 minutes is going to really set us up for quite a good economy going forward, because if you don't know, it adds 2 gold per second trickle into our economy, which is pretty much the same as like 2.5 villagers gathering, which is pretty strong, if I'm honest. I don't know whether there'll be a nerf with that in the future, but I hope not. So once we've got the 2 on wood, we're just going to add a few more villagers onto food. We're going to get up to 6 on food, and then we'll find around 1 minute and 25 we should have enough resources for these gold villagers here to make a temple. So the game we're actually using here is the one I showcased in the last video, which was against Uranus in the ranked ladder, and just going to obviously show you the more detailed build as we are doing now. So now we've got 6 on food. What we're going to do is send 1 over to wood. Going to make a house as well on the way over there, and then the next villager after that is going to go over to the temple. So those gold villagers are going to stay at the temple because we need to gather favor for us to be able to get the Vaults of Erebus. So Vaults of Erebus costs I think 15 favor and 200 wood. So we need to start saving that up. But once we've got those, we're just going to add a few more villagers onto the food. So we'll add another 4. We're going to get up to 10 on food. So at that point, we'll have 10 on food, 3 on wood, and 3 on the temple. And we should be able to get the Vaults of Erebus in by about that sort of time. So it'll be around 3 minutes by the time we get the resources together to get the Vaults of Erebus. But that will leave us at 17 population. So we'll just have 1 more to come out, which we'll just go straight to the temple. There's no point sending it to food to then just move it over to the temple later on. We'll just send it straight to the temple. And then we should be able to click up to the Classical Age, and we'll be going up with Ares in order for us to get those Cyclops. So the reason why this is such a good build, well, the new patch nerfed the Minotaurs. And it also kind of buffed heroes and lots of other things that just nerfed the Minotaur rush. But the Cyclops actually got a buff, which is really good. So they had a reduction in food. So there were, I think, 175 food before. They're now 150. They've had a couple of little buffs. So it just made sense. You can see we've got the Vaults of Erebus coming in, and we've got Ares coming in now. We've got our 4 on there. So once you have clicked up, we're going to take 2 off of the food, send them to gold, and 1 is going to go over to wood. So that's your sort of transition that you need to make on the way to the Classical Age. We will get Ajax when we can. We're a little bit of a way off being able to afford him yet, but we should get him before we get up to the Classical Age. And you can see I've just shimmied those cows forward a bit. So obviously with cows and the herdables, you want to leave them for as late as possible because you want to try and get as much food on them. At the moment, they've only got 135 out of 400 food that they could have available if they keep growing. But this build order this strategy is I don't necessarily want to say it's an all-in strategy, but it is intended for a very quick end to the game. I normally get this done game ended at about 11 minutes, roughly, with this one. So we're not planning on keeping these for the long term. So we're going to send the cows up to where the villagers are on the food and get them collected. So once you've got into the classical age, we've sent one villager over to the temple, and then we're going to send 3 more over to wood. We've taken one off wood. He's just made a house. He's going to make a archery range, and then he's going to make another house, because what we're going to be doing is just spamming Cyclops and Toxotes. So we're going to have that nice little combination. Now you should be able to create one more Cyclops straight away as soon as you've reached the classical age, and then once that Cyclops is done, as you can see over here, we've got the Will of Kronos being researched. So you should be able to get that done as soon as that second one's popped out, pretty much, and that'll turn them into Elder Cyclops. And then once that's researched, you should be able to add another Cyclops in, which would be good. So you'll have 3 Cyclops, you'll have your hero, and you'll be adding Toxotes pretty consistently, or constantly I should say. So now we've got our 7 on wood. We've sent 1 more over to gold. We just need 1 more because we do have the Vaults of Erebus, so that should be enough to keep Toxotes production going. We're going to want to get Achilles as well, so I suppose it's a little bit late in getting Achilles, but I think as long as you've got him before you go forward on the attack, you should be fine. But once we've added that villager on gold, we're just going to add some more onto food. So we've gone over to the berries here. These ones up here are still just gathering the cows. Now you might say, why didn't I just send them over to there to gather the hunt? Well, it saved us from spending 50 wood to get another granary, and it's quite a bit of villager walking time there. So you know, all that time they're walking over there, they're not collecting food, which when we've only got, or at the time we only had 7 on food, we could really do with them collecting. You know, we don't want them wasting any time walking. So that's the reasoning behind that. But like I say, we're looking at ending the game pretty quickly anyway. So when you get to around 6.5 minutes, there we go, Achilles is out now. We're going to send our army forward. We're going to keep adding Cyclops when we can. We should be able to create one now. To be honest, I probably left that because I knew the villager was about to come in. But just keep on adding Toxotes, send them forward so that you gather point at the enemy base. And do the same with your temple, set that forward as well. And you can see we've got another Cyclops on its way now. And they're going to just start battering down these buildings, killing off villagers. Now this is some greedy Aranas play. They've gone for 2 town centres. They're expanding across the map with sky passages. And this is really punishing them. Now I have done this, I think I played 3 or 4 ranked games. Like I say, I've won every single one. I know 2 of them are against Hades, so Hades mirrors, and yeah, just won those ones easily enough, without any problems really. Which again, it's just a bit of a steamroll, quite a slow steamroll, but still very much a steamroll. So as you can see, we've got more and more Cyclops and Toxotes coming in. When you can, once you've got your economy a bit stronger with, you know, more villagers on food, you could probably add a stable or add a barracks, and you can start adding some, you know, extra sort of counter units to whatever they're throwing at you, troop wise. This one, like I say, quite lucky because he was just being greedy. He's not really had any time to get an army together really, and it's just given me that opportunity to just, you know, kill villagers and wreck everything. But the Cyclops, with the Elder Cyclops, they actually cause area of effect damage, both with their melee attack and with their special attack, which is throwing the human troops around. And the good thing about it is you can actually select where you're going to throw them, which is pretty cool. So if there's a massive enemy troops in front of you, you can just throw one of their units at them and it will cause splash damage to them. Can also throw it to buildings as well, which is pretty good. But they're just going to rip down that town centre now. As you can see, we've got some more troops coming forward. There's no more Cyclops coming at the moment. That's just bad production from myself. I've added a second range there, so I'm doubling down with the Toxotes here. But yeah, you certainly could have added a stable or a barracks. There we go, got some queued up again now. But yeah, that TC is coming down. Not really lost much in terms of troops. My heroes are gone, but we'll get them replaced in a minute, I'm sure. And there we go, there's a TC down. But that's it, guys. So if you did like this video, then do give it a like. Let me know how you get on with this build in the comments, and do subscribe if you want to see any further Age of Mythology Retold build orders, such as this one for Hades. I'll see you on the next one.